Chemical restructuring, relaxing without rods, simulation, left front, virgin, and left back retouch. You will now demonstrate chemical restructuring techniques. Your demonstration will be limited to the application of product, no processing steps. You will first perform a virgin relaxer on the left front of the head. After performing the virgin relaxer, you will then perform a 1.5-inch relaxer retouch on the left back of the head. Hairstyling gel or cholesterol will be used to simulate your straightening product. The use of either a tint brush or back of tail comb is permissible for this application. You must utilize a base for both virgin and retouch relaxer procedures. Protective base or gel is to be applied to both virgin and retouch areas in the same operation. When you are finished with your virgin and retouch applications, please begin packing up your supplies. Once you finish packing up, please step back and quietly wait for further dismissal instructions. You have 25 minutes to complete these final procedures, and you may now begin. So to start off, sanitize your hands, unpack your relaxer bag. Then I get out my protective base, and I use spatulas to put some of that protective base on the back of my hand. Dispose of the spatula when you don't need it. Now I'm outlining the front left quadrant, making sure to get some of that product around the hairline, around the ears, even up through the front hairline. Have some on the forehead, not too close to the eyes. Then I'm using a tail comb to separate my subsections, and I'm putting my base on the scalp area. And I'm taking about 1/4 to 1/2 inch subsections, horizontal subsections, working my way from the top to the bottom, just basing that scalp area. And then when I bring this hair back down, I try not to squash all of my sections together, because as I do the next procedure, when I actually apply the relaxer product, I'm going to be taking these same subsections. So then I base the back left quadrant. And as you can see, I need more protective base, so I get another spatula, put more product on my hand. And now, since this is a relaxer retouch, I am applying the protective base to the scalp as well as to the previously relaxed hair. So basically the ends, the lower mid strand to the ends, I'm putting this protective base on there. Still working with horizontal sections from the top all the way to the bottom. And you could technically use your tint brush to do these subsections. However, I did pack this tail comb. The tail comb will help me with my subsections as well. And then again, when I bring back the hair all the way down to its natural fall position, I'm not trying to squash all of these hairs together. Then I just wipe up that protective base from my hand, put on my gloves, open up the straightener relaxer product, and then I start with my virgin application on the left front. And I'm applying 1/2 inch away from the scalp, and I am pulling it all the way through to the ends. Typically, on a virgin relaxer, you would still leave some of the hair on the ends alone till the very end of processing. However, for this technique, they do state in the task list that you can pull the relaxer all the way through to the ends. So I chose to do that. That's one less step to do later on. So I'm just picking up the same subsections I did when I based the scalp. Still working from the top to the bottom. And making sure you have product on both sides of the section. So applying on that top surface section. And then also underneath. And then now, since this was the last subsection, I applied it at the root. Just trying to stick to putting the product on the hair and not the scalp. And I'm using my fingers to pinch with very little pressure to simulate smoothing of the relaxer. Just working your way back up. And then outlining the front hairline. Again, just sticking the product on the hair. So now for the back section, we are doing the retouch, but we're still keeping it 1/2 inch away from the scalp, pulling it about 1 inch, 1.5 inches inside of those mid strands, basically to where that line of demarcation is from the protective base that is on the ends. Still working your original subsections you took when you applied that protective base. And again, make sure you are applying product on both the top and the underneath of every subsection. So now when I reach this last final section, I'm going to start applying the product towards the root. And then I'm going to use my fingers to pinch, and you'll see if you apply too much pressure, this is what could happen. You'll get that line of product. So should that occur when you are pinching, just try to smooth it back out and up. So just very little pressure when you are pinching. Some educators in this section might not have you smooth it out with pinching, but should they do, just again, have very little pressure. And after you complete the service, you would step back to indicate that you are done. And then the graders would either have you start cleaning up at this point, or they might make you wait till the 25 minutes has been up, just depending on what time you finished. After the 25 minutes, they would read over those verbal instructions, and you would pack up your supplies. You just listen for their instructions. So I packed a shampoo cap to put on my mannequin, and then I'm also turning my cape inside out, and I'm gonna throw her in my luggage just like that. Pull out your broom and dustpan. Use your EPA wipes or spray disinfectant to wipe down your area. You would also want to sweep your area, throw everything in your trash. And if you had a disposable bag, you can put it in your disposable bag as well. If your dirty bin is getting full, you can start putting stuff in your trash bag. Your trash bag is going home with you. You do have to take that. And you would obviously sanitize your hands at the very end.